Alright, Michimoto playing as short a video as I can of Puyo, the original version. Little slimes dancing around. This made me laugh out loud though, watch. They start waving their little slime arms, dancing, whatever. You have multiple options. I'm going to take the first one, which is pretty much a pseudo copy of Tetris. You can have your things that you drop down be those little Puyos, these slime ball things, I'll call them that. Or you can have little human-shaped things, which, yeah, stunned me. But I won't show you because it's pretty boring. It's much more in the game to play with Puyos. And so, yeah, here we go. And yeah, no, those gray ones can be destroyed. There's later versions of this. I would highly recommend you get like a Genesis emulator or a Super NES emulator and try to play. It was Kirby's Avalanche on Super NES, and they have Super Puyo on the Genesis, which always tends to work. With Kirby's Avalanche, I wouldn't recommend it as much because Kirby's Avalanche and related ones only work on a particular version of Super NES, especially ZSNES, if you're wanting to use the ability to record, which unfortunately I haven't figured out how to do. But yeah, on a side note, yeah, if anybody's say been following like Cloud8745, I've noticed that when he and Julie do their co-ops, and I managed to convert them to AVI, it takes an amazing amount of space. If only because apparently when you convert ZSNES to any kind of format, it just makes it probably a pretty decent size. There we go. That's kind of the goal of you try to get as many kind of groups of 4 or more of these Puyos. And it's very similar to Tetris. People would call it Tetris ripoff to some extent. I'm not certain of that because I think there are certainly nuances. Because, well, you have just 2 at a time. For one, that's certainly something that makes it very unique, and you can place these guys vertically, horizontally, and there's just a lot more interactivity with this game. It's only so much Tetris ripoff. Tetris, of course, the first one to do this, but yeah. Next, and I was trying to figure out how to get out of here, but it turns out you basically have to either purposely lose, which would have taken way too long, or in my case, I just hard reset after stopping the recording for a little bit and then went back to it, which is how you get this nice skip, which I've never been able to do before. This will be the first video where you see a little skippy kind of. This is a 2-player. Unfortunately, this probably requires a second controller, because as you can see, the second player isn't doing jack shit. So, this is going to end really quickly because, of course, the other player doesn't actually exist, which is, yeah, why there are always issues with emulators, particularly with games that generally require you to actually have the thing functioning with its own battery, for example. Which, yeah, brings me to, if I eventually was doing Pokemon, I would only be doing like Pokemon Red or Blue or Yellow, because anything higher tends to involve the Game Boy a lot more. No, I'm not going to try again, because I had to do another hard reset, because, of course, the second player doesn't exist. Come on. Alright. Then you can do missions in 1 player, which is probably the thing that makes you have the most challenge, because these things can fucking scare the shit out of you when you eventually start. Look at it. You wonder, how the hell am I going to do this? Well, first thing, don't block off your yellow. You need to keep that yellow, for example. Alright. Yeah. And that. Yeah, well, this should be fine. Watch. No apparently. I gotta. Never mind. I gotta get the start. Chain reaction. You get all those, and they're fine. And the music plays. It's pretty cool. I wouldn't recommend this game to someone who is expecting an exact clone of Tetris or anything that necessarily has that kind of idea, but this is actually a pretty difficult game. Like, look, this is the 2nd mission, and I'm like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do? I had a chance to save my ass a few times, but eventually came to be too many of these damn Puyos on the screen, and I lost. Look, I got these set of blue. You just have a very particular chain reaction to get these damn Puyos from piling up, because watch, they pile up too high and you're just gonna get fucked over. Which is certain, yeah. In the more advanced console versions, you get like this kind of. In this version, no, you don't get anything. You just hear it yourself, like, oh no, I'm gonna lose. But in the other one, like this excited kind of music gets playing, And we're almost done with this no play. I hope you enjoyed it. And then I lost. But yeah, expect some theme ones eventually. See you later.